Jim Jones made headlines when he unexpectedly ignited a feud with three of hip-hop's most respected figures, Nas, Pusha T, and No Malice. What seemed like a casual commentary quickly turned into a major industry moment. Jim questioned Nas's relevance in today's hip-hop scene, claiming that Nas had been overshadowed by other artists. He also downplayed Pusha T's recent music as not impactful, but Jim didn't realize it. He had inadvertently reignited the legendary duo Clips. Nas, true to his style, didn't engage in public back and forth. Instead, he responded in his signature way without saying a word. Nas posted about his $5 billion casino development project in Queens, sending a subtle but powerful message about his influence and success outside of music. But Jim Jones didn't back down. He repeated his comments in interviews on The Breakfast Club, Complex, and Bag Fuel, insisting that Nas's relevance had waned and claiming no one had talked about Nas like this in years. However, what Jim failed to understand was who he was truly provoking. Pusha T and No Malice weren't reacting in the way he expected, they were quietly preparing for their return. Pusha T and No Malice didn't jump into the drama immediately. Instead, they laid the groundwork for a strategic comeback. Their calculated return began at Paris Fashion Week, where they surprised the world by debuting a new track during the Louis Vuitton runway show. Pharrell, who had always been closely tied to Clips, helped set the stage. No Malice's return wasn't just nostalgic, it was a calculated message to the industry. Even with the buzz surrounding their return, Jim Jones continued to downplay it. He dismissed their new track as just a nostalgia play, but his frustration was evident. The more Jim dismissed them, the more it became clear he was struggling to stay relevant, while Clips were moving forward with their plans. As the industry began to notice their return, the focus shifted away from Jim and onto Clips' next steps. The turning point came when Let God Sort Them Out, Clips' highly anticipated album, was announced. This wasn't just a typical album release, it was a statement. Featuring artists like Nas, Kendrick Lamar, and Tyler, the Creator, the album was set to shake the industry. Pharrell served as executive producer, and the tracks had fans and critics alike buzzing with anticipation. Meanwhile, Jim Jones seemed to be stuck defending his words. Despite his efforts to keep the conversation focused on his comments, Jim's words began to lose their impact. Clips weren't just back, they were asserting their dominance. Their return wasn't about nostalgia, it was about reclaiming their place in the game. Now the question remains, will Jim Jones respond, or has his moment already passed? Clips have already solidified their place in hip-hop, and Jim's name isn't trending for music. Instead, his interviews have become the subject of memes and the industry has moved on. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Tap the next video to keep watching.